Odin just did some of the biggest ore farming I've ever seen from this man in Marvel. Because in the new Mortal Thor chapter, Odin, he's having a talk with Loki because, Odin was dead. And Loki was like, so how'd you get out of Valhalla? How'd you escape? And Odin was like, escape? He was like, boy, I helped build the halls with Valhalla. I built that brick by brick. How did I escape? I walked the hell out. And I was just like, oh, all right, Odin, Steve's talking. And then, but he did say it had a cost, which makes sense. They had to explain why the hell he just didn't do that before. If he could do that the whole time, and the cost is since he purposely left, it's closed off to him, so he can never go back to Valhalla. So now he's just left as a wanderer, since he's also not king anymore. And he's talking to Loki, basically saying, "You seek control, and you don't like what you don't control, so you desperately try and control what you can. And because of that, my son is dead, and now this mortal is in his place that is not my son." And now showing Sigurd, throwing his mortal form, he's under arrest for like fighting and killing Blake's goons. And so Loki asks Odin, will he help? And Odin essentially says no. He was like, yes, he defended himself the first time, or that one time where they attempted to kill him, but he brought up the time where he went and killed the bikers on his own, where he pulled up on them. And he was like, that time it wasn't self-defense, that was vengeance. And he was like, he is brash and hasn't learned. He's brash and doesn't have the humility that my son has, so he is not Thor. And he basically tells Loki, he's like, this lie is weaving and spinning out of your control. He was like, if need be, I will step in. As he leaves all cryptically. But Thor's, he's getting interrogated. He gets broken out because the lawyer comes, gets him out, and then he goes to see Christian, and she was bringing a lawyer that she knows, some friend of hers, and he thought the lawyer belonged to her. So he goes with the lawyer. The lawyer apparently is representing Blake, as we see, and Blake's brings Thor into the car with him, tells him that he wants something from him, and he's like, well, I don't got much. I got to run down the apartment. I got like one pan. I got like two forks. What you want, bro? I don't got nothing. And Blake obviously wants the soul, so he's like, I want something that's not physical. As he blasts slow, green over Thor, and he's like, with his little staff, he's like, I'm glad that you didn't die, that you survived when I set my men. Because he was like, now I get to do this the hard way. He's like, because if you died, that would have been too easy. That's how the chapter ends, boy. This man has been, how he always been cooking here.